NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch is vowing to restore ethical leadership at the NYPD. It comes days after the NYPD's top uniformed officer, Chief of Department Jeff Maddrey, resigned abruptly. He was accused of taking sexual favors from a female lieutenant in exchange for approving overtime pay. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles is live in Lower Manhattan with much more on the bombshell accusation and what comes next. Darla.
Well, it seems that #MeToo has awoken from its hibernation. Yet another poor woman forced to pocket close to $500,000 for favors to her supervisor. I mean, yeah, she could have said no and received the same overtime as McGill and Scott, but she had no choice other than to spread eagle for that cash. Yes, I know she was getting paid more than Mayor Adams, Governor Kathy Hochul, and every member of Congress, but she's a victim. Well, because she's a woman. And even though she's a strong, independent black woman, she feared her lieutenant. Yeah, there's no hypocrisy to see here, folks.
Well, Liz, these bombshell accusations do not go away with the resignation of former Chief of Department Jeff Maddrey. These allegations of sexual assault inside of One Police Plaza and overtime abuse are now under investigation by federal and state prosecutors.
We are consciously and decisively turning the page to ensure that we always match the lofty ideals and values that make this department the envy of the world.
At a promotion ceremony Monday morning, Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch not calling out anyone by name, but it seemed pretty clear what she was talking about.
When I first made captain 21 years ago, I was assigned out here in Brooklyn South.
Yeah, you was in Brooklyn being a big simp. This fool waited to become Chief of Department to sleep with one of his female post-war cancer-surviving subordinates. Is this how thirsty you are, man? Have you no decency? Even billionaire Robert Kraft had the common decency to get his happy endings in a strip mall nail salon. With all of the examples given to us, we still do not take the threat of modern women seriously. Are we that much evolved from the common mouse that continues to get stuck on that $2 sticky trap? Women are advertising to us daily on the chaos and anarchy that they are capable of, and we still continue to take the bait. We still date women at our jobs and careers, one human resource department call away from bankruptcy. Blasphemy.
Chief of Department Jeffrey Maddrey abruptly stepping down over the weekend after Lieutenant Quathisha Epps filed an EEOC complaint saying between June 2023 and December 16, 2024, Maddrey exploited her emotional and financial vulnerabilities as well as her history of childhood trauma in order to coerce her into performing unwanted sexual favors.
Troubling allegations, and Commissioner Tisch is conducting her internal review, and whatever external review is going to take its course as well.
Lieutenant Epps is a 19-year veteran of the department and three-time cancer survivor. Her journey well documented by the NYPD. She worked under Maddrey as personnel officer in his previous post, but according to the complaint, the sexual harassment didn't begin until after he became chief of department. Her attorney, Eric Sanders, telling Eyewitness News that in 2023, Maddrey propositioned, then sodomized Epps in his 13th floor office of One Police Plaza.
Well, it sounds like she did the big three, and I'm not talking about Ice Cube. Now let me play devil's advocate. Is it possible that Quathisha got him hooked on those cancer cakes and strung him out for overtime pay? Was he just an addicted trick, willing to cook the books for another ride? Allegedly, of course. Just something to ponder.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
The complaint going on to say, in October 2024, when Epps finally developed the courage to reject Chief Maddrey's advances, he retaliated against her to falsely portray her as an abuser of overtime.
A few moments later.
Maddrey's attorney telling News 4 that his client denies allegations of any sexual interaction and he was not involved in approving Epps's overtime.
Yeah, this is a tangled web, truly messy. I mean, these women are out here playing chess while the rest of us are still fumbling with checkers. She's probably sitting on a mountain of receipts, ready to unleash them if needed. Meanwhile, the public will conveniently forget that she essentially pocketed $400,000 of taxpayer money because she'll flawlessly play the helpless victim, like a child caught red-handed she'll dodge any responsibility for her role in the fiasco. But the chief, he'll shoulder the blame, paying daily for every deep stroke he pushed out. This, my friends, is how #MeTooJustice works.
Last week, her overtime salary of more than $400,000 a year, making headlines, prompting her, according to her attorney, to come forward about the long-term alleged sexual abuse.
I mean, do you understand what $400,000 is? Do we really understand the coochie potential of $400,000 abroad? I mean, let's break this down. For example, let's say you moved out to, I don't know, like Sosua or Cartagena for a year of pay-for-play adventures. First, we must calculate the gross tenderloin you can afford, which is $400,000 divided by like the gringo or rookie price, which is something like $150. That should equal to 2,666 tenderloin interactions. Now we determine the number of tenderloin interactions you can buy for the year. So we divide 2,666.67 by 365, which gives us a grand total of 7.31. That means with $400,000, you can sleep with 7.31 friendly and fit eights for the year.
You win. Perfect.
Now the first question is, could you handle 7 new women every day?
Shit.
Second, understand the real crime here is that this chief wasted all this coochie potential on some old hood rat. Blasphemy.
Not seated on stage among NYPD leadership, Jeffrey Maddrey, the former chief of department who abruptly resigned Friday night amid bombshell allegations he demanded sex in exchange for overtime pay. Lieutenant Quathisha Epps and her attorney filing a formal complaint against Maddrey and the NYPD, alleging a pattern of quid pro quo sexual harassment, abuse of power that went unchecked, and retaliation aimed at silencing her.
Allegations are extremely concerning and alarming.
Mayor Adams had no public appearances Monday, but addressed the allegations Saturday. The NYPD and Manhattan DA both investigating, and a source familiar with the matter says federal investigators are also looking into all of this, which has sparked a domino effect of changes in NYPD leadership. A spokesperson for the mayor telling us he is working in close coordination with the police commissioner as the NYPD conducts a separate department-wide review to ensure no high-ranking officers are using their power inappropriately.
And so it begins.
But wait a minute. You didn't smash the bell and press the like button. Blasphemy. And although you will never be worthy of a monarch such as myself, Lord Destro would suggest that you poor fools at least give oligarchy a try. So me, Lord Destro has spoken.